Hey troops, welcome back to the Litanah army. I'm Lit and this is Fortnite Save the World. The footage what you're seeing here is super old. This is like when I first started playing Fortnite Save the World. I'm super bad, but I thought it's quite relevant to now because this game was first put on to my computer back in to 25th of July 2017. So that means this year, in July on that date, that's going to have been in early access for 2 years. That is a long time to have this game. Now, the thing is, I want to kind of look at 3 things that I think that Epic Games need to do if they're going to revive this game. But before we get started, what I want you to do in the comments below is put down what you think the main issue is. So what do you think the main thing is that Epic need to change to attract new players to this game? How are Epic Games going to attract new players to Fortnite Save the World? Because do you know what? Without those new players, this game's not going to grow. So let me know in the comments down below what you think, and let's jump straight into the video. Okay, well the first issue is the obvious one, which is the AFK issue. Now, I said in the last video when I said that the update wasn't enough, the dev update wasn't enough, people have misread that a little bit, I think, because what I actually mean is I don't think that, you know, Epic Games shouldn't be looking at the AFK issue. What I actually believe is that the AFK issue isn't the only and the main issue that's there. It's a huge issue, don't get me wrong, it's something that stands out in this game, I think, compared to so many others, and there's so many simple fixes to it. First of all, what you've actually got is you could just put timeouts into this. So if someone is stood there and not moving for a certain amount of time, then just make it auto kick them. I know we've got something similar to that now, but why wasn't that not put in at the start, you know, when we first got this game? Something that's so similar. A second one would be a vote to kick. Why not have a vote to kick system in there where if someone's not contributing, the others can vote to kick, and that's that. You tend to find that I'll actually harbour a better community because you'll be playing with people then who are decent. You know, you don't tend to find bullies in a system like that. There's a lot of games that successfully run that system where it's just a vote to kick method, and if someone's not contributing or not helping, then that's that. And you know what, maybe penalise them if they have several vote to kicks from all different people over a certain amount of time. I also think as well Epic Games could look at like contributions. So maybe something like, you know, how much combat have you done? Maybe you've got to earn a certain percentage of the actual combat score or of the building score, and then you get materials, you know, so extra materials based on that stats. For example, if you're someone who's done 75% of the fighting, then you get like a pool of extra gear that you're going to get, and that could be cool stuff like ammo, stuff that you're going to need because you've been doing a lot of the fighting. Or it could be if you're doing building, for example, if you've done 50% of the building, then you're going to get 50% of the pool at the end of the game, which is going to give you some building materials back, for example. That would encourage builders. That would encourage, I think, builders to come out and say, do you know what, don't build, let me do this. Or it would say, do you know, the combat guys then would get rewarded for what they're actually doing, and I just think that would be a great way to do it. Do you know what, and the worst case scenario for that, because I've ran this scenario kind of in my head a few times, the one thing that I think it could do is you could actually have people trying to steal kills from each other and, you know, trying to do bigger kills using the AoE more. But you know what, maybe that's just going to harbour good things, you know, maybe that's just going to harbour good skills and do it that way. So I don't think that's a bad system. Maybe you'd have to do something with trap kills, maybe make that separate. But I don't know, but I just think there's other things that they can do at the moment to make this much better. The AFK situation does not need to be there. Okay, the next one for me is to make the missions shorter as well. I mean, sometimes these missions can take a long time, which is great, but the reward doesn't match the time that you've spent in the game. There's a lot of other games where you can put a lot less time in and you can get a lot better rewards. One key one that stands out for me that I've been playing recently was the Division 2. I was max level in about an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes. I reached max level, and that was great. You know, there was nothing wrong with that. It just meant now that I could do things like in the dark zone, and the game actually almost started from there. You leveling up to max level is almost a tutorial of the game to put you into the more difficult stuff in the game, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it'd actually attract a lot more players if it was, you know, if it was a little bit more exciting. I showed my son on White Sushi spreadsheet all the missions that he's going to have to do to reach Twine Peaks. It just completely demotivated him and put him off playing the game. He hardly plays this now, and that's no, you know, that's nothing wrong to him. He's not afraid of hard work. We had a parents' evening at his school a couple of days ago, and he, you know, I was really proud of him at how well he did and how hard working he is and how he sticks to things. But doesn't that speak volumes that you're not going to get many players, new players in this game? Because the thing, if you look at the list on White Sushi's spreadsheet on how many missions you have to do from that first mission in Stonewood right through to getting into Twine Peaks, it's insane. You know, it's just, what game does that? I mean, there's a grinding and there's grinding, and I just think that that could just even be halved would be better, and then that would attract new players. I think that coming into this game, it's a little bit daunting when you start, and the bit in between is not exciting enough just yet to kind of keep players going. So you either need to make missions shorter or make the quest line shorter so that you kind of don't mind the repeating it that much, and then make it so that players can unlock the end game content a little bit sooner. And the third one for me, and the most major one for me, is got to be the reskinning of everything. Everything in this game is reskinned. So you've got events reskinned. We just get, you know, the same events over. We got a road trip event recently, which I actually thought was really good. The weapons in it weren't great. The heroes were pretty good. You know, that one of the heroes was exceptional, to be fair. But, you know, overall, that's it. That's all we've really had. There's been a brand new event in a long, long time. And I just don't think that the other events have really stacked up to it. The Frostnite event and the new game mode that we had in there was great. I think that was a great idea. It wasn't one that I enjoyed the most, you know, out of all the events. But I love the fact that Epic were doing something new there. And they gave us something that, you know, Fortnite Save the World YouTubers or content creators could really get their teeth into, and also something that players could actually get into. I do think it phased out some of the newer players again, and, you know, that's what you've got to nurture. Some of the newer players just couldn't get them banners. They couldn't do the Frostnite challenges, and I just think that you need to make events for the new players as well, because they're the ones who are going to grow this game. A lot of the older players now are getting burnt out. You've only got to look at some of Demon Joe's recent videos. Again, I know I mentioned these not long ago, but Aiden Harris doesn't upload as much as what he used to. Checker and Split Screen are both completely gone. A1 Get This Money, do you know, he's still on there. Do you know, he's still grinding it out every day. David Dean. But again, you know, there's only so much we can cover without giving you guys repeated content, which is why I do these videos, like these kind of vlogs, really, to kind of highlight the issues a little bit. Now, I'm not hating on Epic Games. I love Epic Games, and I've had a lot of good from them, you know, be it the supporter creator that we've had, give it mentions that they've given me. They put me on their homepage not long ago, so the Fortnite official homepage, which is primarily Battle Royale, had my channel in the link on there, which was great. We got a load of new subs from that, and loads of new people finding the channel. They've put us in their community feed before, which was great. And ultimately, you know, my relationship with them is good. You know, there's not a lot of bad I can say with it. But this game, if it's going to grow, needs to, one, focus on its new players. We've got to fix this AFK thing, but we've got to do it properly. I don't think trading's a big issue. I mean, I know people don't like it, and people don't like the scammer get scammed meta. I mean, as a YouTube content creator, it's difficult seeing someone like Twine Cheeks or Dante getting, you know, 100k views on a video when we're getting anywhere from 5k to 10k, you know, sometimes more. You know, A1 can get a lot more than that, Aiden gets more. But, you know, the main thing is it says a lot about the game when people are just, you know, using an exploit feature almost in the game, and that's more entertaining than playing the actual game. You know, we've got to look at it from that point of view. It's all right hating on the scammers, but that's not really the big issue here. You know, again, that could be fixed with one simple trade box. The big issue here, the main issue here that I find is that the fact that that part of the game is more entertaining to the masses than the main bulk of the game, than this that you're seeing right now on screen. This is not as entertaining for a wider number of people. I know there was a video not long ago, like I think it was an iTalk video that they actually did, and he was actually speaking about how Save the World needs more love and needs to be nurtured more. And that's a Battle Royale player. That's someone who's not even a big part of this game, and they even see it. Epic can't deny that they've not got the resources. You know, if they've not got the resources, then you could get more. This is the initial part of the game. It deserves a little bit more love and a little bit more time than what it's been given. But guys, have your say down below. I would love to know your thoughts on this, and, you know, what you're thinking of the state of the game at the minute. Again, the main things for me have got to be AFK, they've got to be the reskinning of events, and also the mission length or the quest line length. Again, it's just the lack of attraction to new players could be potentially this game's demise. You could have a really small and cult-like almost fan base, and that's it. You've not really got much more to go on, and a game like that doesn't grow. A game like that is not going to go to the next go to the next level. If you look at it, we've actually had this game out now since 2017. In July this year, 25th of July this year, the game will have been out for 2 years. I personally think that's an insane amount of time for an early access. I don't mind a bit of early access to test the game out and things like that. But you know what? Games can be launched without early access. Look at Apex Legends. No early access. It's just like, that's a finished game. We've done the game. It's kind of ready. We've made it small, and we've just released it. Maybe that's what they should have done here, and then expanded it out gradually, where I think this, at the minute, I think the game's a bit of a mess right now. But have your say in the comments down below, guys. I would absolutely love to know. If you're not part of the Litanah army already, make sure you hit that red button, and I'll catch you tomorrow with another Fortnite Save the World video. Take care now.